Dear brothers and sisters, let us continue the book reading Voice Real, written by Babuji Maharaj, chapter Clarifications. Your letter offered me greatest pleasure. I feel some lover has started thinking of this insignificant being. It is not, however, a small thing for me. My services to you may perchance be of a nature which might promote in your heart the growth of longing, but both you and I have to wait for that. Peace is transmitted from heart to heart. If you have not started meditation yet, please do so now. May God bless you. I do not want to tell you much about myself, since mere telling drove Mansur to the gallows. Although those days are now no more, yet it is quite likely that people might begin measuring me with an undeveloped sight. I hope you will arrive at the reality by weighing me in the balance of your heart. Dear brother, you have taken into your heart my views expressed in the letters. Shall it not be regrettable then to ignore the writer thereof? No sooner do you form a will than the action thereof starts automatically. Idiomotor action. Do pray and try to get drowned in it to the extent that the begging bowl alone remains in the hand while the begging also is lost in unawareness. If you create such a condition, your prayer shall never go unheeded. Practice sobbing and weeping in love, which, if it is not real, may be taken up artificially. Do this and see the result. I rejoice to find that the thought of serving the mission is gathering prominence in your heart. The very thought will eventually serve to augment your spiritual progress. If you only think of a river, your heart will begin to feel its refreshing coolness. I insist upon you to practice meditation as prescribed. Do it for some time, at least, and that too only for experiment's sake. If you can do nothing else, then just imagine in your mind that I, Ramchandra, am myself drowned in your thought. Do this in your leisure hours and while walking or doing some physical work. This is neither puja, worship, nor any ritualistic binding. You want to know the method for keeping the heart free from the effects of body impressions and for drawing the senses inwards, pulling them off from their objective. In reply, I may say that meditation alone covers all these things. There are also certain points in the body which, if merely touched with the thought force, will in a moment create the condition desired. I should like you to create within yourself the conditions required for the application of those methods on you. Else, it would be a risky process at this premature stage. These methods can, with due precaution, be applied only on highly advanced sadhakas and in special cases only. By such methods, the man's originality can be regained in an instant. I have related all this only by way of pleasantry. Here, Babuji Maharaj is replying to the letter of an Abhyasi. Babuji Maharaj is telling that your letter offered me greatest pleasure, and I feel some lover has started thinking of this insignificant being. And it is not, however, a small thing for me. My services to you may perchance be of a nature which might promote in your heart the growth of longing. But both you and I have to wait for that. Peace is transmitted from heart to heart. If you have not started meditation yet, please do so now. May God bless you. See, through these words, we can feel the love of Babuji Maharaj towards this entire humanity. Though that person has not yet started the meditation and he is not an abhyasi, just in response to his letter of remembering Babuji Maharaj, Babuji Maharaj is expressing his pleasure, and he started feeling that some lover has started thinking of this insignificant being, that is Babuji Maharaj himself. Babuji Maharaj never felt that he is a guru. He always placed himself as the servant of his master, in turn, this entire humanity. So Babuji Maharaj is requesting that abhyasi to start the meditation if he has not started yet. And he is telling that abhyasi that his services to that abhyasi may perchance be of a nature which might promote in that abhyasi's heart the growth of longing towards that ultimate reality. But to achieve that state of condition, both that abhyasi and also Babuji Maharaj have to wait. How one can get the peace? Babuji Maharaj is disclosing the secret of this. Peace is transmitted from heart to heart. So, from the heart of the capable master, the peace is transmitted to an abhyasi or a spiritual aspirant's heart. Further, what Babuji Maharaj is saying, I don't want to tell you much about myself, since mere telling drove Mansoor to the gallows. So, I don't want to tell much about me. If you come in contact with me, definitely you will come to know what I am. Although those days are now no more, but quite likely the people might begin measuring Babuji Maharaj with an undeveloped sight, isn't it? Because Babuji Maharaj has reached that ultimate state of condition, but the people who are surrounding him are at different levels. According to their state of condition, they will judge Babuji Maharaj. So for this reason only, Babuji Maharaj is not inclined to disclose or to tell anything about him. Further, Babuji Maharaj is saying that I hope you will arrive at the reality by weighing me in the balance of your heart. See, these are the golden words. One can know about Master Babuji Maharaj, the reality, by weighing him in the balance of one's own heart. That means we have to see him through the eyes of our heart. We have to feel him by the innermost core of our heart. Further, what Babuji Maharaj is saying, dear brother, you have taken into your heart my views expressed in the letters. Shall it not be regrettable then to ignore the writer thereof? No sooner do you form a will than the action thereof starts automatically. So do pray and try to get drowned in it to the extent that the begging bowl alone remains in the hand while the begging also is lost in unawareness. What Babaji Maharaj is saying that, dear brother, you have taken me into your heart and you have expressed the same in your letters also. It's really, I am happy to note this. But when you form a will, then the action starts automatically. If you want to, or if you wish to see me in a real sense, that is the will, what one has made. Definitely, the action to fulfill that will start automatically and naturally. For that, what one has to do is to do prayer and try to get drowned into the extent that even the begging bowl alone remains in the hand while the begging also is lost in unawareness. That means even we should forget everything, even the awareness of ourselves, simply holding the begging bowl and not knowing what to beg. So that is the condition. So if one creates such condition, then that person's prayer shall never go unheeded. Definitely it will reach the God. Many people are having a question in their mind, how to do prayer and how to know that our prayers has reached Master. See here, Babaji Maharaj has clearly explained. When we lose even the awareness of our prayer, that is begging, then definitely it will reach Master. Then how to get that condition of unawareness? For that Babaji Maharaj is saying, practice sobbing, weeping in love, which if it is not possible in a real sense, just do it artificially. If we start weeping artificially, naturally it happens. So do this and see the result. This is not only the instruction given to that Abhyasi, it is for all of us. Further, what Babaji Maharaj is saying, I rejoice to find that the thought of serving the mission is gathering prominence in your heart. The very thought will eventually serve to augment your spiritual progress. If you only think of a river, your heart will begin to feel its refreshing coolness, isn't it? See, if we want to do missions work, then that thought will first clean our inner state of condition. Because doing missions service is service to God, service to Master. Then how to serve? Our heart should be pure. Then only we can do our service in a real sense. For that, we start practicing the method sincerely. And when our practice is sincere, with great devotion, automatically, naturally, our spiritual progress continues. That's what Babaji Maharaj is saying here. If we think about a river, then what happens? Our heart will begin to feel its refreshing coolness, cool breeze. We will start feeling about the river. Just close your eyes and just think about the river. Naturally, we start feeling its coolness, refreshing coolness, isn't it? Similarly, if we close our eyes and just think about Babuji Maharaj, what we will feel? That divine state of condition, isn't it? Just experiment it now only. Definitely you will feel that. So, Babuji Maharaj is insisting upon that abhyasi, not only upon that abhyasi, but also on us to practice meditation as prescribed by him. And further, what he is telling, do it for some time at least, and that too only for experiment's sake. See how much pain Babuji Maharaj has taken to bring all of us on this path. He is requesting that abhyasi, at least to do it for the experiment's sake, Baba. Even though you are not serious, okay, no problem, just do it as an experiment. If you can do nothing else, then just imagine in your mind that I, Ramachandra, am myself drowned in your thought. If you cannot do meditation, if you cannot sit and do meditation for an hour, just think that I myself is remembering you and drowned in your thought. Do this in your leisure hours and while walking or doing some physical work. This is neither puja, worship, nor any ritualistic binding, isn't it? Just remember me, that's it. I am drowned in your thought, like that you remember me. Then what happens? Naturally, the divinity will flow into the abhyasi who remembers Master, isn't it? Further, that abhyasi asked Babuji Maharaj that he want to know the method for keeping the heart free from the effects of body impressions and for drawing the senses inwards, pulling them off from their objective. For that, what is the reply? Babuji Maharaj is saying that meditation alone covers all these things. If we practice meditation, the effect of our body impressions will not be there, and then the senses will turn inward, pulling them off from their objective. That is, it is distracted towards these worldly achievements or worldly glitters, I can say. So these things can be achieved by means of meditation. And there are also certain points in the body which, if merely touched with the thought force, will in a moment create the condition desired by that abhyasi. That is, just nullifying the body impressions and also turning the senses inwards. But what happened? Here, there is a risk at this premature stage because the ground should be prepared. So, Babuji Maharaj will first prepare the ground to receive all these conditions or to reach all those conditions without any risk. However, such methods can be applied on highly advanced sadhakas with precautions. and that too in special cases only. What happens by such methods? The man's originality can be regained in an instant, within fraction of a minute. But Babuji Maharaj has related all this only by way of pleasantry. So, dear brethren, with this let us conclude today's satsang and let us know more aspects in the forthcoming satsang. Till then, I take leave. Pranams. Namaste.